On.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, guys? We back once
Hey,
again. Jonathan, Crypto
hi.
Alex.
How you guys doing? We saw a
Tell-
little Federal Reserve repo action. They
Can
printed
you
over
say it
$100 million
again?
dollars in the
Tell them.
market, and we're seeing a strong inverse correlation where that printed money from the Federal Reserve is pushing down the crypto markets. But that's temporary. I would be looking to get in more and more now. The printed money can only go so far and for so long. So I think
Yes.
overall 2020 is very bullish for crypto, based on fiat currencies coming down, a coming recession, along with very good fundamentals in the cryptos building up their business models and their use cases.
Absolutely. It dipped out last year a little bit, too. As I'm bringing it up right now, and Paprika is actually doing me wrong, but it was a little bit less than. Actually, it dipped a little bit below 8. It was actually above 8 the majority of the day. But ever since news, obviously, from our president, not
Right.
starting the war with Iran, it's been dipping a little bit more. So a
I
little
think they
bit.
were worried
Even the
that war
markets.
would start to crush the Dow, and they basically reverse course on that. And the Federal Reserve printing that money, the repo market, that's directly into the markets. So that's directly inversely correlated to both precious metals and the cryptos. So that's why we're down today, but I think it's temporary. I would look to take long positions soon and get in the game.
Anything specific of the long positions you can think of you want to give to the
There's a
audience?
lot. I saw a really good chain link or symbol link. You can get that on Coinbase. It's been outperforming the market lately. It's articles today featuring that it's set to outperform even further. There are places, it's one of the few ways to transfer on chain from one chain to the other. It's an excellent API tool. It's going to be used by a lot of people. I think Google's already beginning to use it, or at least explore use cases for it. It'll probably be used by the Chinese government as a way of linking chains. It's just, generally speaking, it allows for communication between chains, and that's an enormous enhancement for crypto in general.
There's a huge article on it in a Crypto Slate about it, and you're right. It's a massive uptrend right now. They're saying it's actually outperforming the majority of the altcoins in the market right now, and it's going to outperform Bitcoin right now.
So you're not going to get in as cheaply as some of the penny cryptos, but I think your upside here is huge. I think at the end of a bull rally, $100 is reasonable on this coin. So your upside is enormous here, and the use case is huge. This coin is going to be actively used, which is what you want to look for in any crypto. You want the token or the crypto to be an active part of it, so that greater usage leads to greater value in the coin.
Very true. And actually, even it says right here, Google actually showcases it too, as far as implementation of Chainlink. I know that was a little bit actually news that happened about 7 months ago, but still relative.
It's important because it wasn't going to bring the market up back in the bear market, but it's still relevant. Shows how active the coin is, how important it is, and even Google's, using it, really interested. I think it's one of the top use cases right now. It solves a problem.
Isn't it funny though, man? Honestly, Google said they didn't want to be involved in crypto, but using it.
Interesting little tell here on the bottom with Ethereum. I think Ethereum's another one to really watch out for. Ethereum, especially with 2.0 coming this next year, you're looking at interest or proof of stake coin. It's going to be giving interest similar to how Tezos is now on various exchanges. Coinbase is one of them. I think Ethereum has an incredible room to run and to climb on Bitcoin over time.
True, no kidding. Especially how many coins are backed up or actually on the platform of backed up through Ethereum as well. The majority of the coins are altcoins are Ethereum based. But I think we forget too, like how far along, or as far as even though it's outpriced at 140, like I just saw in the earlier screen, as it once was in the market, man. At all-time high, I believe, was a couple of thousand, if I'm not mistaken, like above 14.
Right. I think it was somewhere in the 1400 range.
Yeah, it was exactly 1432 was the all-time high.
So it's going to reach that, if not surpass that, in the next bull rally. So you're going to be gaining money in terms of your fiat, but also you're going to be gaining in terms of Bitcoin. And I think that's the key here. It's one of the key called oscillators that are going to gain ground on Bitcoin. So if you miss a little bit of that Bitcoin run, you can get an oscillator like either Ethereum or maybe Ripple and begin to gain some ground back on, gain some Bitcoin or some crypto as the bull rally gains steam.
Bring it up for audience. What's an oscillator?
Oscillator is a coin that gains value or loses value relative to Bitcoin. A lot of times we talk about it relative to US dollar. If you're getting a double gain if you get an oscillator, because you're getting a gain not just in the overall value of your US dollar or whatever it is you're putting in, but you're getting gains in terms of crypto. So you're getting a two for
Nice.
one gain really. If you wanted to, you could trade over and have more Bitcoin than you started with. So you can keep those gains through trading.
Got it. Yeah, like this guy kind of oscillates a little bit. Some of them are really stagnant. I've noticed, and some of them, or they're
Right.
actually they flatline, almost like someone having a heart attack that's in the hospital with
Yeah.
a little EKG machine. If you got a flat line with an altcoin, stay
Right.
away.
And the good thing with a lot of these oscillators, they have a lot of liquidity. So
Yeah,
they're pretty active. You can get in and out if you need to.
nice. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and you're able to see that in the market.
Right.
Any other altcoins you're looking at, man, that we've seen or?
Right now, I'm really taking a strong look at IOTA. I really think the use case is enormous for IOTA. I think with the zero cost of transaction using the Tangle, it's the future. It's a natural fit for a lot of things. You've got deals with companies like Jaguar, other companies that are very reputable, showing that IOTA is definitely here to stay. I would at least look at it and consider it.
No, you're kidding. It's perfect time to buy too.
The
I
price
mean,
is really low.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And it's been up, even though it's been up for the week, it's up 12%, but it's been down for the month, which is good.
Right.
So
And when you
always
have one
good
of
to
these where the
buy
rank is
now.
something like 68 rank, you can move up in the ranks and you can really end up racking some gains and profits by moving up in the ranks on CoinMarketCap.
It's true. No, very true. That's a good point too. And I believe this is where the future is to go. And it's actually perfect time to buy, guys. Only 18 cents on that aspect of it too. So can rack up some.
And with a zero cost transaction, it's going to be one of the primary ways to do smaller microtransactions.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a good point. Any other thing in the news you want to actually get their audience?
I think it's a lot of it's going to be macro news about doesn't look like there's going to be war with Iran, so that should calm the markets down. Uh, but anything could change at any time, and I would begin to look at positions at these prices. I don't think we're going much lower. I think crypto is very bullish in 2020 with upcoming recession, with development of serious use cases for the cryptos. I think this is going to be a strong year. I think China is going to be a very strong leader. I would
It
keep an
is.
eye on Chinese blockchains and Chinese crypto.
Doing so much, man. It's crazy how much involved they're heavy. They're involved in it. It's not. It's. I mean, digital yuan. You know what I mean? And obviously, their biggest search engine, comparable to Google, obviously is involved in it.
Right.
I mean, we talked about the key. We talked about the key earlier today too, as
BTC,
well.
VeChain's
Yeah.
another. Uh,
Yes.
I I would keep an eye on that. I think the price is really low right now. I would get a position if you can, or at least read the white paper, understand the roadmap, and the growth that's going to be coming over time.
And can I say how much a misnomer that is? The white paper is key. I've never been keen on a white paper until you got me involved in that. It's crazy how it's a clear blueprint, and you
It
can
is.
actually see whether a coin, like some of these altcoins, are if they're legit or not. You know what I mean? Based
That's
on it,
right.
like you can,
And if they have plans that make sense, plans
yeah,
that would lead to growth, if they have plans for a token burn, or if they have plans for staking, that kind of
yes,
stuff's going to be in the white paper. You want to know that.
true. Especially that burning component element too, because that actually raises it obviously up in the market, and that's
Right.
actually buying. You know what I mean? So it makes the coin more scarce.
That's right.
In general. Yeah,
And the key is written an update last month that they're considering swapping over to the Ethereum blockchain,
nice.
citing it as a more usable and reliable standard. So that's another positive factor, I believe, for Ethereum, generally speaking.
Cool. That's going to be actually pretty much that's pretty big. pretty big and pretty huge. And let me ask you this, man. What's Crypto Alex's prediction for Bitcoin this year?
This year, I
Yes.
think we enter a bull rally. I think we reach new highs.
What's the high? What's the high though? Well, let me ask you
It's hard
this:
to say. I think
are we going McGaffey high?
we could go anywhere to
McAfee?
100,000 this year. I think could be reasonably doable, which means the altcoins are going to really do well. Also, you're going to see all new all-time highs. Exact numbers are really hard to give, but it's going to be several multiples higher just because it was in 2017. You went 5 or 6 multiples higher, so it'd be
Nice,
reasonable to look for that this time around. That'd be roughly 100,000, maybe 120. It's hard to say exactly, but generally a new high.
nice. I know we've been hearing predictions left and right, man. They're just like
Right,
people are like, when I'm just joking. People are like 1 million.
right. And you never know, and especially since it's a brief spike, you can hit the all-time high or ATH. Could end up a really high number, although it probably will be brief.
But nobody thought it would hit 8K this month, man. It's just
That's
like
right.
nobody thought.
And I would think also in terms of there's no real bullish factors in the overall economy. So it means crypto is set for a bull run.
True.
Crypto is inversely correlated with the traditional economy. With it's set to grow. So this pattern's repeated 4 or 5 times in Bitcoin. It looks like it's going to repeat. We're not far from finding our low support level and beginning that climb up.
You know, it's crazy because I mean, this happened. This is not the first time this is happening. This happened before, right? So
Right.
it's just like, how does that even work? Is this going to be like? I mean, it's so cyclical. Obviously, the markets are. So
Right.
I mean, just like we're gonna have this huge bull run,
That's right.
test it out, dip completely, right? Because the market's
Yeah.
eventually gonna
You'll
come up.
go down roughly 80% again.
Yeah, that's crazy cool.
So you're going to want to stay tuned and make sure you cash out with us and don't go down
Yes.
that 80% ride when it comes.
Exactly. And we'll do our best to keep you up to date. Like we said again, we're not giving any specific legal or financial advice. You know what I mean?
We're not financial advisors, and this is really for entertainment purposes.
Absolutely.
But we appreciate your support and tuning in, and hopefully enjoy it too.
And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And hit
That's
that
right.
bell
Hit the bell
notification.
for a notification for our new videos. We're going to try and do them at least
Exactly.
2 times a week if possible. We'll do them as often as possible. Daily might not be possible, but we'll give it a go.
We're just guys like you trying to get in the crypto space and learning as much as we can, man. So wish like the people, especially this guy right here, man. Crypto Alex is the man right here. Like the friend you guys always want to know, man. As far as like making sure that he guides you to the market because he knows so much, man.
Now
So
is the time. With some of these small coins, you can get in for a small amount and get out and end up with quite a bit of money. So it's once in a generation opportunity. At least keep focused on it, and you should end up doing well.
all right, perfect, man. That sounds like we summed it up, man. All right, guys, take care.
Thanks for tuning in.